Still good morning. So now we mona Antoine Kane. You have seen the decision of the ConCourt in South Africa relating to Edgar Lungu. Have you seen that that ruling? I hope you have seen it, because that's what I want to talk about. But you see, before I get into that, I've been telling you that that case is a bad case. That case is a bad case. Even some of you people who have been supporting, you have been supporting what? No, Shani. You want to see things in this way, that way. But I'm telling you, that case is a bad case. No, na kwisa number black Jesus, he case number yala pilimuka, ero chala vashani. That case is a bad case. And I just don't understand him. If you were just to be objective, honestly, you would see that this case is a bad case. You would see that what Esther and Makebi Zulu are doing is not ordinary. It is not ordinary. This is out of the ordinary. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. Imani kwisoko mwa mwene po muntu afwa moya msunga mmochari. Ero mwabwekera mwana kunganda, mwaikara mwamba no kulalia. Life continues. Ni kwesa mwachi mwene po imo. Where did you see a person dies and you go and deposit him in a mortuary and then you go about with your own life? Because basically, you can't tell me that you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that there is a funeral anywhere. You can't tell me. Because Ichirilo, whichever culture, whether muwe Sungu, whether muwe Kwisa, whatever culture, a funeral is closed with a burial. A funeral is closed. Nangufeni kuba Sungu. Nangufeni kuba Sungu. There is a funeral until a person is buried. In whichever tradition, whatever culture, race, whatever. A funeral is closed with a burial. You don't see people go and deposit a body, and then they start doing whatever it is. No. Whatever it is, if there are issues, those issues are always, done after the burial. Done after the burial, whichever way, whether culture, whatever it is, they always come after the burial. You hear me well. Fine. I mean, let me even give you an allowance in this instance to say, okay, there may be issues relating to Edgar Lungu, but whatever those issues, they must be done after the person is buried. Then you bring up these issues. Anywhere in the world, throughout, you don't deposit a body in a mortuary. Ero mwawa number busy, kirikiti mwayoku. Mipamba. These are taboos. These are taboos. This is unheard of. This is not normal. It's not normal. Namweba supporter. Even you people who support, do you really think it is okay that Edgar Lungu should be freezed like a fish in a deep freezer? Just think of it. This is a human being. Forget about him being what. This is a human being. Do you think it is okay that Edgar Lungu should continue being in a deep freezer? Do you think it is okay that Edgar Lungu up to now should continue being in a deep freezer? Stored like fish. Umuntu. Imwe. Auna imwe. No. Because look now, what has happened? This case has just been prolonged. Because the Constitutional Court has ruled. Now, just to give you a little bit of understanding, let me go back a little bit, explain the background of this, and then come to where we are. So, when Edgar Lungu died on the 5th of June, there was that issue of no, let him be repatriated. He was not repatriated. And then the family decided, no, we don't trust the government. We want to bury in South Africa. Government came in because they insist that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. Government insisted that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia as a former head of state. And this statement marked this point. This position was not only endorsed by Hakainde Hichilema. Even South African government, they were also of the same view. They were polite in the way they said that our view is that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. But we are also considering the family. That is just a diplomatic way of saying, a polite way of saying that we want Edgar Lungu to be buried in South Africa. Number sometimes sometimes a person can tell you to be stupid, but but you are slow. You are very slow in thinking. That person, you say, no, he didn't tell me. That person is basically telling you, you are stupid. You are stupid. You are an imbecile. You know? But, you don't follow these things well. No, I'm stupid. You are slow. The South African government said, our view is that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia and be accorded the presidential ceremony. Okay, that was the position of South Africa. And in that view, the minister even came to Zambia. He came to Zambia and he had a meeting one-on-one with Hakainde Hichilema. One-on-one. He came with an envelope, a closed envelope. He came as an envoy of Cyril Ramaphosa. He came with an envelope, like an envelope, a closed envelope. They had a discussion one-on-one with Hakainde Hichilema. Immediately after that meeting, a one-on-one, a closed-door meeting, what did the minister say? That is when the minister said, our view is that Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia, but we have to consider the family. He was basically saying Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. Basically. Okay? Otherwise, he wouldn't have taken up that trip coming to South Africa. And then listen to what Hakainde Hichilema. What did Hakainde Hichilema say after having a meeting? After having that meeting, what did Hakainde Hichilema say? Hakainde Hichilema was emphatic. Was categorical. He must be buried here. So, if that in that closed door meeting, if that man was negotiating for Edgar Lungu to be buried in South Africa, do you think Hakainde Hichilema would come in before this guy and speak like that? It is because that is a South African position. And Imam Achita insists. Next thing, no, we are going to bury. You are going to bury in South Africa. That is the Abeneva Chalo, Tabale Mufuaya, Edgar Lungu. Abeneva Chalo, they don't want Edgar Lungu to be buried there. The owners of the country, they don't want Edgar Lungu to be buried there. But when you are insisting, just because you think you have got money, you think you are being pampered by people that were in power in South Africa before, they are no longer in power. They are no longer in power. Those people who are pampering you in South Africa, a political party that is pampering you, that is pushing you, that political party is not in power. It's an opposition political party. But because, they are, you think you can do it. You can be arrogant because you have been arrogant, really. And that is how the government ended up in court. Because some of you have been saying, hey, no, but it's not the family. It is the government. No. This delay is not on the government. This delay is on the Lungu family. Why is it on the Lungu family? Because the Lungu family, they are the ones who are insisting that Edgar should be buried in South Africa against the wishes of the owners of the country. Against the wishes of the owners of the country. It is not government. No, it is not government. Why we haven't buried up to today, it is because the family is saying we want to bury in South Africa. That is why we haven't buried. And the owners of the country, the South Africans, they are saying, no, we don't want Edgar Lungu to be buried here. Let him be buried in Zambia. And government is saying, yes, that's what we also want. So, Mwa court number, Mwa court insisting, no, hey, he has to be buried here. And you go to court, let this man go and be buried in Zambia. That's what the High Court said. The High Court said, take him, go and bury him in Zambia. Imwa mwakana still. You are being arrogant, you are being stubborn. Mwakana, no, we have to follow the South African rule. The South African rule says that the body must be given to the next of kin. Is Edgar Lungu South Africa ni? Are you South Africans, you people? Imwa mayowa Esther, mushani mwa South Africa. Mushani mwa South Africa. He akobati mulimbikilete nomba muli constitution ya South Africa. He also tamulima South Africans. That law is for the South African. Imwa mayowa Esther na iwe Makebi Zulu. You swore to defend the Zambian constitution. That's what you swore to defend. That is what you are supposed to be following. And this is what the court told you. The court told you, Abane, Uyumuntu Fide is a former president. He's a former president. And as a former president, public interest is big. Go back, go and bury him there. Go and bury him there. The way you buried Kaunda at Embassy Park, instead of burying him, Kufamu Kumwakwe. That is what the court told you. But no, we want to appeal. So that was now the issue of the notice of appeal. After Mwadika notice of appeal, you fire the lawyer, and then they bring in this new lawyer at Black Jesus. Black Jesus, he came in, Black Jesus, he performs miracles in court. Black Jesus, yeah, and he performed a miracle. He performed a miracle on that day when he said, no, we and the family, we are talking. So please, can we adjourn? When they were supposed to hear the notice of appeal. Now, notice of appeal, basically, the appeal, there is no appeal as we speak. Even at that point, there was no appeal. It is a notice of appeal is simply saying, I don't agree with the judgment. I don't agree with the judgment. Can you please allow me to appeal so that other judges can look at it? You go to the judges that you say, this judgment that you have given me, you people, I don't agree with it. I would like to take it to other judges to look at it. Can you allow me to take it to other judges? That is a notice of appeal. And this they did before the three judges that ruled. And mind you, mark this, there were three judges. Why were they three judges that looked at that matter? The three judges, because this case is high-profile case. It's high-profile case. They didn't want the issue to say, no, they were corrupted and whatever. No. Some of you are so cheap that you started following a small boy like Chavinga to say, no, Chavinga has done what? Chavinga is a small boy. Chavinga is a small boy. He can't do nothing to those judges. He doesn't even know South Africa. He doesn't. He can't do nothing. There were three judges because it was important. And they even put a woman there. They even put a woman, they mixed it. They wanted to make sure that what comes out of there, it is something that is credible. But no, Makebi Zulu na Edgar Lungu bakwe, no. Hey, no. Hey, Baba Pasandarama. What? Let's go and appeal. So the day when they were supposed to hear the reasons why they should be allowed to take it to another judge or why they should appeal, on that particular day, your black Jesus came and performed miracles. What miracles did he perform? Your black Jesus performed a miracle to ask the court to adjourn. And the court allowed them to adjourn sin die. Allow them to adjourn indefinitely. Why did they do that? Not on that day. Not on that day. On Friday they asked for an adjournment. Then when they came back on Monday, that judge, black Jesus, announced to the court that they have appealed. They have taken the case to the Constitutional Court. Because on Friday, when they were saying we are talking, for them what they did, they took the matter now to the ConCourt. Babe Pama judges to say no, we want to talk. And yet they were busy typing documents to take to the Constitutional Court. And they went to the Constitutional Court again, because this matter was already in the High Court. There was a judgment. They had to ask the ConCourt to say, we want to appeal to you. We don't want to appeal to those three judges. We don't want. We want to appeal to the Constitutional Court so that we can look at some constitutional matters that are relating to this case. I hope you follow me well here. There is a judgment from the High Court. They ask the High Court to hold on. No, we will come and tell you the reasons why we want to appeal. Meanwhile, they take it to the ConCourt. And to the ConCourt, they go and say, we want to appeal to you. We want to appeal to you because there are constitutional matters that we would want to look into. Okay? We don't want to appeal to the High Court. We want to appeal to you so that we can look at some constitutional matters. And this, when the judges looked at it, they didn't even call them. When the judges looked at whatever the application, the judges at the ConCourt have said, no, you can't come to us directly. You have to follow the process. And what is that process? The process is that when you lose a case in the High Court, you have to appeal to the Supreme Court. From the Supreme Court, that's when you can go to the Constitutional Court. So the judges have said, follow that procedure. Appeal. Let the appeal be heard in the Supreme Court. Then if you are not satisfied, then it can come to us. But at this point in time, remember, at this point in time, so the ConCourt has thrown away that application. Okay? That permission they were asking, can we appeal to you? The ConCourt has said, no, we are not interested. Go back to the High Court. So where we are now, this case, if Edgar Lungu keep on being stubborn and Makebi Zulu wao, what is supposed to happen now? They have to go back to that case, yes, in the air. Okay? They will go back to that case where their case might still adjourn indefinitely, because now they will have to go to they will go back and ask the court to say, can you give us a date to hear us? And on that date, they will now argue why they want to appeal. They will now argue why they want to appeal. They will go to the court to say, okay, we are adjourned indefinitely. Now, since the case has been thrown away in the Supreme Court or in the Constitutional Court, we have come back. Can you give us a date so that we can argue why we want to appeal? Why we want to appeal? And those three judges will have to rule. They will have to hear their arguments. After hearing their arguments, they will make a decision as to whether they can go ahead and appeal or they should not. Okay? So, what I want you to understand is that ConCourt no, you can't appeal to us directly. You have to follow the channel. And what is the channel? The channel is High Court, Supreme Court, then ConCourt. Okay? So that is a process. And that is what the judges have said at the ConCourt. So in this case, they have to pick it up from where they left it. Indefinite, they will go back now. They will go to court, they will write to the court to say, oh, hello, the matter has been thrown away from the Constitutional Court. So now, can you give us a date so that we can come and ask for permission? It is not that they are going straight to the Supreme Court. No. They have to go to those 3 judges and ask for permission. They will argue before those 3 judges. And then the judges will rule, those 3 judges will rule if they can go and appeal in the Supreme Court. And when it goes to the Supreme Court, then they will argue. From there, whatever will come out, whether Esther Valusa or government Valusa, both sides are free to appeal again. Okay? Are free to appeal again. If the Maccabes are going to be allowed to appeal to the Supreme Court, and it goes to the Supreme Court, depending on whatever will come out of there, again, it is, the 2 parties are free. Whether Esther Valusa, she is free to say, no, I'm taking it now to the Constitutional Court. It can go back to the Constitutional Court. Similarly, if the government loses, can also say, no, we are taking it to the Constitutional Court. Okay? So, it's not that it cannot go back to the Constitutional Court. It can go back to the Constitutional Court. But only after it has passed through the Supreme Court. So this is like the legal procedures. It is more about legal procedures. It is more about the legal procedures. Now, much as these are legal procedures. Now, just think of it. Even you people who are supporting, you people who have been saying, no, Edgar Lungu, let him be buried wherever. Do you think it is right that these people should continue, kickboxing each other in the courts whilst Edgar Lungu is freezing? Do you think it is right? Just think of it. Do you think it is right? You have hated me over this. A lot of you are against me. No, entirely you have been bought. But surely, sit for a moment and think about this. Do you really think it is okay that ConCourt, Constitutional Court, they should go back to those 3 judges? Do you really think it is okay? And we wait for a day of hearing. Then they'll go for a day of hearing. Then there will be a ruling. Really? Do you think that is right? Ichi koselepo apa, ichi koselepo chinshi. Ichi koselepo chinshi, ichi koselepo chinshi. Yo ichi koselepo chakweba tiyo haka inde ichilema must be there. Ichi koselepo. We don't want haka inde ichilema to be there. We don't want haka inde ichilema to be there. But whatever it is that you are preventing, ushaka inde ichilema ngasangwako, if ikachitika finshi. What will happen? You are insisting. No, we don't want Haka in the Ichlema to be there. We don't want Haka in the Ichlema to be there. My question to you, all of you who are supporting, what is going to happen if Haka in the Ichlema is there? What is going to happen? What are you preventing? What are you preventing? Finshifika chitika, balungu balifwakale. Balungu balifwakale. Bushaka inde ichilema ngasangu apopali chile chiliro. Nishi balungu tawakabuke. Yesu ngaisa alishepenga. Nishi balungu tawakabuke. Bushaka inde ichilema ngasangu apo. Bushenishi waka inde balungu tawalale muchivote. If you consider pros and cons, keeping Edgar Lungu like that, freezing Edgar Lungu like a fish, freezing Edgar Lungu like a fish, compare it to whatever you are preventing. Where is, where is the gravity? Where is it weighed more? What is it? Chashu pashani. Iya kwa bati mwika nyefe makoti kirikiti. Yo pantu tatefuwa HH ngasangwa ko finchi fika chitika. This is the question that you should ask yourselves. Once mweba mpatire. You people who hate me so much. Mweba mpatire. Muipushe. Usheba HH ngabasangwa ko finchi fika chitika. Ichawama po chinshinga pantu. At the end of the day, if you got okay, nafika kunga kuchitika nafika chitike. Nafika chitike. At least umuntu atashani alale. Balungu balifwakale. Balungu tamabuke. Balungu balifwakale. So whether nishan balifwa balungu. You are not preventing umuntu ati yo mulwele. Aka indengachi ne mangabu monala fwa. No. He's already dead. The man is dead. And now, if I could add, because some of you have been saying, okay, but why can't Hakainde Hichilema himself stay away? Why can't Hakainde Hichilema stay away? Lekeni imieve. You know, statecraft of Oyaba. Statecraft of Oyaba. Yeah, they are very delicate. Statecraft is very delicate. Amaka Hakainde Hichilema kwata, it's symbolic. Amaka Hakainde Hichilema kwata, it's symbolic. It is embedded in symbols. It is embedded in symbols. Takwa wa state instrument state instrument you know ya ingira mu mubiri mwobe whatever. No, it is just symbolic. That's chintwankane at state power. What do you call it? Instrument of power. It is just a box. It is just a box. Nothing. It is symbolic. So even when you are doing certain things, because it's symbolic, you can actually symbolically lose power. You can symbolically lose power. It is just symbols. It is based in symbols. It is based in, you know, the structure and this and that. So, Hakainde Hichilema being suspended from being president, even for a minute, it is treason. This is not to say you are Hakainde Hichilema or anyone. Nganiwe wokateka. You can't be suspended, not even for a minute. Not even for a minute. For a minute, you can't. Statecraft yakana. Hakainde Hichilema cannot be suspended by Makebi Zulu. He cannot be suspended by Makebi Zulu. He cannot be suspended by Edgar Lungu. He can't. He is the Republican president. Ana pakulu. It doesn't matter who is there. Nanguniva Fred member because you are Fred member balalandapo. I mean, all those leaders who have been saying, no, he can stay away. He can stay away. They don't understand statecraft. They don't understand statecraft. Hakainde Hichilema, where he is, he's just a person like me. He's just a person like me. But symbolism is what gives him power. So, the day that you are saying, no, Ekasangwako, and yet you want, I'm a soldier bakwe. I'm a soldier. He's a commander-in-chief. And you want the soldiers to be performing with when the commander-in-chief has been suspended. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? I'm a soldier. Bakale salute chitumbi. No mwine wa power. Talipo. Imwe. You don't understand statecraft. I'm telling you, many of you, I want to become president. They don't understand what presidency is. That's why some of us, we are humble. We take our time. We want to understand. Any aspiring president who is saying, no, Hakainde Hichilema should not be there. Any presidential aspirant who is saying that, it means he doesn't understand statecraft and is not fit to be a president. He's not fit. Because Mulelande Makebi Zulu na wa Edgar Lungu. Mairo, if you want if no kumwe but no, in the meantime, can you be suspended? We want to do this and that. Eh? Tomorrow, if this person is not strong, is not able to withstand the pressure, he will give in to foreigners, he will give in to enemies of our country. Mule tamba nama movie, mulamona nama movie ama Americans. Eh? They have made a lot of movies where a president is put under pressure. A president is a gun is pointed at him. Do you see them giving up? They don't. They don't. Under pressure. I mean, there are so many movies that I've watched. There is that movie, that Air Force One. Eh? Air Force One, what? There are so many movies. You will find that they insist. They insist. They can't let go. Because the moment you just let go, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So you want, I'm a soldier, but let's fly past. Eh? Haka inda ichilema, na ikala muntu ankane, na ikala munganda. Eh? Haka inda ichilema, na ikala munganda. Eh, ero leta mbapa TV. And you organize, you know, the army to go and salute Chitumbi. At that very moment, a coup can happen. At that very moment, mulefi senda simple. Mulefi senda simple. Mwachita organize ama soja, mwachita organize ama soja. Ama soja wa korongana. Nentepe, whatever, army commander, wonse wa korongana. Ero president talipo. What can stop you from, at that very moment, Makebi Zulu from taking over? What can stop you? Eh? What can stop? Because whoever will be there, it may not be Makebi, but ama soja wa korongana. And they are saluting Chitumbi. What can stop somebody just right there announcing to say, from today onwards, Hakainde Hichilema is no longer president and I'm the president. And the soldiers are there. Eh? It is not a small issue. It is not a small issue. It is not a small issue. You can't gather. I'm a soldier. A battalion. Anyway. Do you know what they want? I'm telling you, you people, you don't understand these things. At that very moment, a coup can take over. And so, Hakainde Hichilema, not being there, even if he accepted, I'll tell you, if he accepted, I'll be against him. I'll tell him, you are not fit to be president. You are not fit to be the army commander. How can you let your battalion who call? Eh? They are performing a drill. That drill is a big drill. 21 gun salute is a big drill. It is a big drill. It's a big drill. Even other countries, presidents, they are visiting other countries. It is not always that they put up that display or that welcome or whatever it is called. It's not all the time. Eh? It is not all the time. When they do that, it means that they have respected you big time. Now, at the summit of our power, it is symbolism. Hakainde Hichilema should not be there. Anyway, this is not about Hakainde Hichilema. It doesn't matter who is there. It doesn't matter who is there. It is about the presidency. Hakainde Hichilema, who president techakutola fi washapa. Okay, msungire niko na alabwera. No! Tefo fi womba muntu andi. Tefo fi womba. So bonsi mumwa lela ndati. No, techeka lefe Hakainde Hichilema. No, tetifi wombe. Tetifi wombe. Kanu Hakainde Hichilema talipo. No chepo agi. Ngatalipo is out of the country. It's another thing. And even when he's out of the country, there is no vacuum on the presidency. There is no vacuum. The moment the president leaves the country, somebody takes over. Somebody takes over. He becomes president. Somebody takes over. There is no vacuum. There is no vacuum. No millisecond do we have a situation where there is no president. A country cannot be without a president. No millisecond. No millisecond. Number in Yo, aka imwe. Ngani mina mufana na masoja. Ngani mina mufana na masoja. Eh? Wana imwe tetfiwombe fyo. Tetfiwombe. And whatever speculations you are having, sionsika file pangana sense. They don't make sense. No, because aka inde ichilema is going to do ama imiti. Alifuaka leudia. Meeting chala chitaka inde ichilema. Meeting. Alifuaka le. He's dead. Shansani, yo, ati ngabona fi chitumbi. Nishi, awina my elections 2026. Imwe. Who is going to contest with that kind of HLM? Who is going to contest with that kind of HLM? Who is going to contest my elections with 2026? Nani? Who can beat? In a PFE. Na mona ikakade, na muluvana. Kuliva luvindoko, kuliva nani. Tapali opo muri. Tapali. It is not Chitumbi Chakwa Edgar Lungu that will make the next president. No. So, basically, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that, I mean, these cases should not continue. I am praying that Esther Lungu na Makebi Zulu, they will not continue on this. At this point in time, they should just let go. And they should let go because clearly, even the courts are not amused by what is happening. Even the courts are not amused. The government is not amused. The courts are not amused. So, who is going to understand you? Bala mi mwana shani. Bamaeva Esther. Apa. Kuleka kofie bamaeva Esther. Lekeni kofie bamai. Lekeni kofie. And let's go to Zambia. Tuka eshika. Ngapalifia kukonka po. Elofika konkepo. We can't continue like this. You can't continue prolonging this situation. You can't. How you can't? Chachira mona imu. Bushe mwalimu chindika Edgar Lungu. Bushe mwalimu temeno Edgar Lungu. Because nga mwalimu temeno sure. You can't like it that Edgar Lungu hekale mu deep freezer. Bama yomu lekafe mwaikala mwamba na okulia. Nedi ashimule shindika. Mwasamba na kusamba. Yote ni kukote. Edgar Lungu alimuna nikale. Mu deep freezer. No. It's too much. And I mean, this is my position. In everything to think that we would have moved on and whatever. Let the man just be buried and rest in peace. Whatever issues, let's follow them up. And some of these issues, some of us would have even been supporting you. Some of us would have even been supporting you to say, please, we would have been with you. Me, I would have been with you. Me, I've been saying it and I've stuck to it. That I don't believe that the Lungu family should continue appearing in court after this. I've maintained this. And I really wish you would have taken that direction. I'm sure by now would have moved. No mbapa so. So mwala wekela kwa court. I want to see your actions. But anyway, I just wanted to give that that highlight or that explanation. But over and above, my plea is that that is my plea. My plea is ba mayoba Esther to apapata. Lekeni ba lungu balale muchiwote na apapata. Lekeni ba lungu balale muchiwote sure. Techitu sungo muntu musango yu. Awe, mi pambeshi ba mayo, mui pambeshi. Nga mwaliba temeno balungu lekeni balale. Awo na imwe. Fiachira. Na totera. Thanks very much.